Why have some Johannesburg firefighters stopped working night shift? And why has the emergency management services failed to pay them for 8-hour extra? Did management exhaust all avenues before taking the matter to court? And can South Africa afford to have a non-functional emergency services in Johannesburg? What time is it? It's question time. What do you do when faced with a life-threatening situation? Call the emergency services? But what if the very people who are meant to help you are on strike or a whack to rule? Before we go into today's episode, let us firstly have a look at this clip.
Friday, more than 800 firefighters deployed in 29 stations in the city of Joburg stopped doing night duty. This follows a dispute around overtime allowance. The Johannesburg emergency services are apparently not paying workers this allowance. The firefighters are demanding a 40-hour week. They are also complaining about outdated equipment. And they say their working conditions are not ideal. Some of their colleagues have lost their lives while on duty. The city of Joburg has approached the Labour Court to force the striking workers to do night duty. The firefighters have been served with suspension letters for allegedly instigating and leading the protest action. It is feared that this strike might spread to Ekurhuleni.
Welcome to Question Time. My name is Mpho Sedu. My guest today, Robert Mraudzi, who is the Johannesburg Emergency Services spokesperson. And on the line, we're joined by Dan Mutwening, who is representing the Joburg firefighters who are on strike. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. And good afternoon to the viewers out there.
Dan Mutwening. Why are you not at work?
Look, let me first start by dispelling the misconception that firefighters have embarked on a strike action.
Yes. Firefighters
are not on a strike action. And in elaborating, the public will understand that. We have an agreement that talks to our normal hours of work with the city of Johannesburg,
yes,
municipality. I just wanted to read a sentence from this condition of service that I have. It is basically, a product of collective engagement between the parties, meaning that labor and management. And then it reads as follows. The parties agree to a 40-hour working week, except that it shall not apply to senior management, security, traffic. It goes on, and then it includes fire and emergency management services as well. And then it says, subject to any relevant collective bargaining agreement concluded in the South African Local Government Bargaining Council. This simply means that our conditions of service stipulates that we fall under a category of workers that works 40 hours a week. But now, since the nature of our business is such that at no given time should emergency services not be available, we should work hours that will suit the nature of our business. In other words, it simply means that there is a high likelihood that we should work more than 40 hours as per our condition of service. But now, that can only come about with an agreement.
Okay.
If an agreement can be made between the parties, obviously we will be obliged to work 48 hours like our management insists. So by working 4 hours per week, we are not wrong. We are not withholding or withdrawing our labor at all.
Okay.
We are just working according to our contract of employment, Moren.
All right. Now, why is it called a strike?
No, we Mr. Said, we call it a strike because it's actually the violation of basic conditions of Employment Act. I'm happy that Mr. Mutwening, he have the document in front of him. He tried to read it to the nation, but he couldn't articulate it properly. the BCEA states very clearly that if you are working more than 40 hours, you have an opportunity to present your case with your employer, so that you can agree on the added hours. Because by the work of by our nature, our work, we're running an essential service all over the world. Emergency services runs 24 hours, 365. You cannot afford a situation where Mr. Tsedu calls for an ambulance at 4:05 and he cannot get it because an emergency service worker works from 8 to 4 o'clock. It doesn't work like that. Now, the BCEA states very clearly that if there is that opportunity where the hours are exceeded, you sit down with your employer. You don't sit down with your employer on the streets. You sit down with your employer in a forum, like the bargaining council, where they went on Thursday, and then they this week didn't go their week. And then from there, the matter was referred for arbitration. Therefore, I think for us, they jumped the gun. Actually, for us, they've breached the contract of employment, and they actually violated the conditions of service, because the conditions of service clearly states that. And I'm happy that Mr. Mtswening has got a document in front of him.
Now, Mr. Mtswening, you've got a document in front of you. Are you aware that you are on an illegal strike, which is not protected?
No, the interpretation of Mr. Mulauzi, my colleague, is not, the correct interpretation of the basic conditions of employment.
Who should we believe now?
No, look, you must listen to him. Listen to his interpretation. I've just read my condition of service as a firefighter. It says the parties agreed to for a 40-hour working week. That is my condition of service. And then you go to the basic conditions of employment act. It also says the same. It says an employer may not require or permit an employee to work more than 40 hours a week or 45 hours a week. Both are in the basic conditions of employment act, and our conditions of employment, our conditions of service, talk in the same language.
Okay, hold it there.
They are incongruent.
All right, hold it there. Let me hear what Barauzi have to say.
Okay, Mr. Tsedu, I want you to allow Mr. Mtswening to read further. It says if the employer works more than 45 hours. In that document, it's not reading about the 45 hours which is there in that document. It says if you work more than that, therefore you have got an opportunity to present your case. And then I will go further. Ask Mtswening when he was hired, what kind of hours was he working? He will tell you that he was working even more than the 48 hours he's working now, because he was hired when we're still working 72 hours, 48 hours. We used to come to work on Friday, we leave at Monday morning. Now, during the new dispensation, around 2001, Mr. Mtswening was there. Then the shift were now revised. Now we started working 12 hours.
All right, Mr. Mtswening, there you go. You've got the document. There's 45 hours, and you seem not to be reading further.
No. It is not correct. It is not correct. I am reading out of the document in front of me.
Does it have 48?
Let me tell you something again there. I hear that Mr. Mulauzi claims that we have been working these 48 hours that we are now complaining about for some donkey's years. Listen to this. I'm just going to read one of the provisions out of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. It says this act or anything done under it takes precedence over any agreement. That simply means that even if there was a practice before or after the action of this act, obviously the Basic Conditions of Employment Act will take precedence over that. It doesn't mean that if ever we have been doing the wrong thing for many years, and then obviously that will legitimize it. No, it is incorrect.
All right. When will you go back to work?
Look, obviously today, the Labour Court found in favor of the employer when the employer was praying for an interdict. So we are going back to work with immediate effect. But now that is not a blow. It doesn't have anything to do with the substantiveness of the case. The case was never discussed. It doesn't mean that there is a victor out of today's hearing or whatever.
No, the winners is us. We, the people, are the winners, I think.
Come again?
I'm saying ordinary citizens should be the winners out of this.
Obviously, that is our objective as firefighters. Yes, I mean, we haven't lost sight of the fact that, I mean, our services are directed at the public that we love. Yes,
all right.
That is something that we'll never disavow.
All right. So as we speak now, you, and by you, I mean people that you represent, are going back to work.
Yes, obviously. I mean, look, I mean, we respect, we uphold the rule of law.
Okay.
We are going back to work. Until such time that this matter will be dealt with in a proper manner, like the judge has said.
But couldn't it have been dealt with in this way from the onset without you having to compromise the well-being of ordinary people?
Look, I mean, Mrana, this has been ongoing since from 2001, and then we have been conscientizing management about this. And then let me just mention something that is very much interesting. At the level of the city manager, the employer admitted that we are right. The employer admitted that firefighters are correct. There is a problem within EMS.
Okay.
So, well, I mean, it was... Hello?
Yes, okay. Whilst we're locating Tatem Mtsweni, what else? Did it really have to go to court?
Yeah, I think it had to go to court because for me, and I think also for the organization, it was not about us and them. I think the interest here is the communities out there. I think the winners here are the citizens of the city of Johannesburg.
Okay, hold it. A reminder that you can call us and know your views on the following number: 089-110-4210. Have you been affected by this strike in the past few days or not? This question time.
Welcome to Network, a technology news program that also discusses what's trending in social media in and around Africa. MTN has launched its new movie and television streaming service, Front Row. If it's trending, we will find it. That's Network with me, Spumelele Zondi, every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Didier Drogba, a footballer from Ivory Coast, was named as the third most influential celebrity in Africa.
Where I saw him display, he's a very nice player. He always make an impact.
Drogba donated his $5 million endorsement fee to the construction of a hospital in Abidjan.
Well, there are some lesser-known football stars in the continent that you haven't met.
Really?
And are deserving of more attention.
I think we will do better.
The Journal, every Saturday at 1:30 on SABC News.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time and we're taking your calls. My guest today is Robert Mraudzi, who is the spokesperson for the Johannesburg Emergency Services. And on the line, Dan Mtsweni represents the Johannesburg firefighters who were on strike. Dan Mtsweni, it was said that possible that the strike could actually escalate to other emergency services in the province and outside the province. Were you in talks with other, your colleagues from other cities?
Mrena, I would like to reserve my comment on that one.
Okay.
Please, I'd like to reserve my comment on that one.
Okay. You know that in my field, normally when somebody says no comment, we take it that there's something you're hiding. Eh?
I don't agree with you, Mren.
Okay, so there were no talks?
We haven't had any talks with the other regions, Mren.
Okay.
Not as yet.
All right, hold the thought there. Dirk? Welcome to Question.
How are you?
Oh, Dougie.
Yes, is it going well?
Yeah, much better. How are you?
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Listen, I hear it's very bad if a union from an essential service like firefighters
and ambulances
and ambulance and what have you go on a strike. That shows me that people are not proud of what they're doing. They're not wanting to work.
But pride doesn't pay bills, Dougie.
No, whether you like it or not, even if you're earning nothing, like me, I'm a small man in a very big pond. And it doesn't mean that there's a whole lot of big fishes. I must be one of those big fishes. I'm one of the small fishes. And I got in my beak happy with the crumbs that the big fishes leave for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But really, Mumfu, it's very wrong for a guy not to have pride in his job, and especially if he's an essential services guy.
No, but I don't think they're saying they don't have pride. Dadam Twining, is that what you're saying? Oh, well, Dadam Twining doesn't seem to be there anymore. But
Hello?
Dadam Twining, did you hear what the caller said?
Yes, I've heard the caller.
Yes, perhaps just respond.
Let me. Can I respond to the honorable caller out there?
Yes.
Morena, we are executing our duties with pride. And then we do understand that, there is a symbiotic relationship between ourselves, firefighters, and the public out there. We cannot live without the public, and the public cannot as well, be safe without us. So while we understand that, but now one thing is that, we have been sacrificing for quite some time because of the appalling conditions that we are experiencing in our workplace. Okay. And then that has actually resulted in us losing 2 of our colleagues. So we are saying that, we need the public out there to help us in pressurizing our management to address our grievances. Really, honestly, in all honesty and fairness, what more sacrifice can we make? After we have actually given our life to the public, really.
Okay.
Really, it is not going to help if ever now we... look, I am prepared to lay down my life, while saving the life of a public member. But I am not prepared to lay down my life because of somebody else's mismanagement or incompetencies. No, it is not like that, Morena.
Okay, Morena, hold it there. Tony, you are in Pretoria.
Hello, Mpo.
Yes.
No, Mpo, you know what? What is happening there? It is embarrassing. Mr. Malaudi, he's there trying to prove who can interpret the act. You know, the firefighters are out there. They are also saving the people of South Africa.
Yes.
Mr. Malaudi, with all due respect, he's a spokesperson. Those people are out there sacrificing their lives.
No, he's part of management, actually.
Can I finish, Mpo?
Yes.
The people of South Africa, they are paid. The money that the firefighters get, it is the taxpayers' money of the people that they serve. I don't know why Mr. Malaudi, the money does not come from their pocket. Those people, they are taking advantage just because of firefighters. Maybe they are very small, or maybe because of their essential services. They are not supposed to voice out when they are not happy. It is not right. We must learn to respect the people of South Africa. He's busy there laughing. I saw him laughing because of he thinks he's getting points by interpreting what is on top of paper. What is on top of paper it is not important. What is important it is the people of South Africa. But Mr. Malaudi, they must learn when they have grievances with the employees. What their goal it is must not to be bosses over their employees. Their goal is to ensure that they solve the problem so that the people of South Africa can get their services because of it is the taxpayers of the people of South Africa. Okay. If they are not happy, it is their right to make sure that when they work, they are safe.
Okay, let's allow Barauzi to respond.
Yeah, I think I do agree with Tony. I think it's each and every organization has got a platform, to raise your grievances. And then I think the question which needs to be asked is that did the firefighters did they exhaust all the avenues which they were supposed to utilize? No, they didn't do that. So now I don't think that it will be fair for Tony to say that we are not listening, because they are a platform. So we're still prepared to go for arbitration, because the matter has been referred to for arbitration. We're still going to do that. But now Mr. Mtsweneng and his team, they decided to conduct the stairway activities. Obviously, they were bargaining for leverage in terms of the negotiations, so that maybe they might get a public thing. But I think some of the issues which they've raised, they know themselves. Mr. Mtsweneng has been around for some time. Mm-hmm. He has been within the firefighting business for some time now. He understands even the cities and the departmental procedures. What is it that he's supposed to do, if he has got the grievances? And the city's position is very clear. Let's sit down and talk about any other issues, because we understand the interest here about, there's no us and them here. The interest is one. Is the mandate which have been given by the city's leadership to make sure that we save lives, and we preserve property of you, your kids, and other people who are out there within the city, the citizens of the city of Johannesburg. That is the mandate, of which Mr. Mtsweneng and the team, they signed in that contract of employment, and to say that that is the mandate they want to push.
Are you saying that they have lost that?
No, I think they didn't. The grievances, each and every employee, wherever he or she is, will have, or he will have grievances. But let's use the correct platforms. Okay. Especially when we are working within the essential service. This job, the job we do, is more than a job.
Okay. Dr. Mtsweneng, is the court decision popular with your members? Are they going back indeed and understanding that this is just part of the deal, the negotiations are still continuing?
Mranaga.
Daddy.
Mranaga, look, I mean, the firefighters took the court order very well. They are not despondent. They will be going back to work, I mean, chest out, stomach in, very proud. Okay. Since when we understand that, I mean, this is a legal process. The spirit of the firefighters has not been dampened in any way.
Okay.
But, I mean, we take it as a blessing in disguise, because by management parachuting the matter into the labor court, I mean, that would, in a way, help, I mean, the matter to be heard at the labor court. That is basically a blessing in disguise.
Okay. Brian, you're calling us from the Northern Cape?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
We're doing well. Thanks for the call, Brian.
I'm good, man. Actually, the shop shoot also here from the Northern Cape. Okay. I'm concerned with the guy. I'm not sure about his name, the one that was presenting the strikers. Because as the firefighting department, I believe they've got an internal structure. Now, if he's going to be spearheading an action whereby he doesn't have talks, and then the internal structure in terms of your grievance procedures, yes, your bargaining council. So what example is setting? Because you must remember, the services that they are representing is also very crucial. Now, if we want to have such a spokesperson for the workers, then I believe that South Africa is heading to a terrible place.
Whoa. Dr. Mtsweneng, any regrets?
Yes, I'm listening. Okay, the honorable caller or listener out there, can I just enlighten you maybe and shed some light on this matter? We have followed an internal dispute resolution mechanism, which happens to be the grievance procedure. That is why we say, this action stems out of a grievance.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have lost it in court if you had done that?
No. Look, listen to this, Murena.
Okay.
We have exhausted all the internal processes, all the internal steps of the grievance procedure, up until the matter went to the bargaining council.
Okay.
And then it was at the conciliation level whereby things hit the snag. And now, because of our understanding that, this action that we have resorted to is not a strike, but just to work according to our condition of service. We never had in mind, or maybe it was not a premeditated, malicious intent. We did that, having in mind that, we are engaged in essential services.
Okay,
so,
thank you very much.
Must listen. The caller must listen very carefully before he can make some sort of judgment.
Okay.
Listening is a skill, Mren. Listening is a skill.
Okay, thank you very much, Ndatim Twining. We've run out of time, unfortunately. But can you assure the people of Johannesburg that you are going to render a service uninterrupted?
Yes, we want to take this opportunity and thank the citizens of the city of Johannesburg. I think they have supported us this during these difficult times. I think even during that difficult times, because we have got the responsibility of rendering effective and professional service out there, we had supervisors and people who normally manage the station managers and district managers, because we understand the importance of our work. We have those officials on the ground doing the work while the dispute is being procedures are being followed to make sure that we resolve the matter. So we're happy that at the end of the day the court was not our side, but we are not happy because we are winners, but we're happy because the citizens of the city of Johannesburg are the winners out of this.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. That was it for Question Time today. Have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.